My word is innovate. Innovation is a word we hear a lot, but it isn't always about big inventions or complicated technology. Sometimes innovation shows up in small, simple, everyday places we take for granted. That idea is exactly what inspired my project. I chose a miniature kitchen as my symbol for innovation. A kitchen is one of the most important spaces in any home. It's where people cook, talk, share stories, and connect. It's a place where culture lives, through food, through tradition, through the smells and sounds we grow up with. Even though this kitchen is tiny, it still represents all of those things. With this pre-made miniature kitchen, I wanted to explore how a small version of a big space can still feel real and meaningful. Every tiny pot, pan, utensil, and cabinet reminds us how much creativity goes into even the simplest parts of life. When we see these objects shrunken down, our imagination wakes up. Suddenly, everyday items feel artistic, playful, and full of possibility. This is innovation too, taking something familiar and letting it spark new ideas. To bring this miniature kitchen to life, I use it just like a real one. Even with small tools and little ingredients, the cooking process is still the same. You mix, you test, you adjust, you try something new, and if it doesn't work out, you try again. Innovation is built on trial and error. It's built on patience, it's built on taking risks, exploring new methods, and being open to the unexpected. Food itself is one of the most creative forms of expression. Every culture has its own recipes, flavors, and traditions. A kitchen is where all of that comes together. Even in miniature, the space carries meaning. It reminds us that innovation isn't separate from culture, it's connected to it. We innovate because of what we've learned, what we've experienced, and what we value. By using a tiny kitchen, I'm showing how traditions can be reimagined in new ways, how something familiar can be transformed into something unexpected, how creativity can even make the smallest space feel alive. Innovation starts with curiosity. It begins when we look at something simple and ask, what else can this be? This miniature kitchen may be small, but the ideas behind it are big. It represents imagination, culture, creativity, and the beauty of rethinking what we already know. Innovation doesn't always start with something huge. Most of the time, it begins with a moment of curiosity, a moment where you stop and look at something ordinary and imagine it differently. This miniature kitchen might be small, but the meaning behind it isn't. It represents spaces where people come together, where culture lives, and where creativity is a part of everyday life. So when I think about the word innovate, I think of possibility. I think of imagination. I think of how creativity can transform something simple into something inspiring. This tiny kitchen may just be a miniature model, but to me, it represents the endless potential of thinking differently. This is what innovation is, and this is what it means to innovate. Thank you.